Hello everyone, and today I'm trying something new. We're doing history but not the stuff you know all too well about, like, for example, World War II or the Renaissance, but something less known, something that most people in the world don't even know about. Unless you're Dutch, I guess. We're talking about the Batavian Republic and how it came to be and how it ended. Before the Batavian Republic there was the Dutch Republic, a confederation of provinces that revolted against Spanish rule during the 80 Years' War. This period is largely marked by the Dutch Golden Age, characterized by immense economic prosperity, naval power, and cultural achievements. I mean, the Dutch East India Company was at its peak during this time. That should be enough to tell you that things were going well. It also was a fairly tolerant society, attracting diverse religious and cultural groups. But of course, with every rise there's a fall. By the late 17th century, economic pressures, including costly wars mainly with Britain and France, contributed to a decline in the Republic's power and prosperity. Of course, it didn't end there. The French Revolution happened and had sparked a bunch of revolutions outside of France. The revolution would eventually reach the Dutch Republic. This would eventually cause the Batavian Revolution. A political movement called the Patriots, which had been advocating for political reforms in the Dutch Republic, saw an opportunity to align with the French forces and pursue their goals. The Orangists, who were supporters of the House of Orange and opposed to the Patriots, resisted these changes and sought to maintain the traditional power structures. To keep a long story short, the Patriots had won and the Batavian Republic was established. The Batavian Republic, which existed for 11 years, was in many ways controlled by France, even though it declared itself as a nation run by its own people. The organization of its government had to be approved not only by the Dutch people but also by the French government in charge at the time. The governing rules were influenced by both Dutch ideas and French arrangements. This period introduced a new type of political system in the Netherlands. The historic provinces with varying wealth, population, and influence were replaced by a unified republic divided into departments and electoral areas of roughly equal population, if not wealth. The representatives in the National Assembly had more independence than the previous system, where they were bound by provincial assemblies. The old system with various functions mixed together was replaced by a more modern system with distinct legislative, executive, and judicial branches. Ministries now managed foreign affairs, internal affairs, war, and the navy. All citizens across the country were declared legally equal, and regions that were previously excluded from national decisions now had equal participation. The Reformed Church was no longer the only officially supported religion, and equal status was given to all religious denominations, including Roman Catholicism and Judaism. However, a complete separation of church and state wasn't established, and their relationship continued to be a significant factor in Dutch politics for over a century. Class and regional privileges were abolished, and the law and courts treated everyone equally. Town governments previously selected their members, but now, deputies to the National Assembly were elected. However, voting rights were limited to property owners, who selected their representatives indirectly through electors chosen by primary assemblies. These changes were permanent, but the republican form of government was replaced by a kingdom in 1806 and was not reinstated. During these significant changes, the country had to continue its regular operations, facing severe challenges. England declared war and blockaded the Netherlands in response to the French occupation and the fall of the stadtholder. Dutch overseas trade and fishing, critical to the economy, were severely affected, and many Dutch colonies were taken by the English. The French continued to exploit the occupied Netherlands. The Dutch government had to take on a heavy burden of national and provincial debt and pay large sums to the French government. As trade and industry declined, Dutch agriculture became more important. The once adventurous Dutch businessmen became more conservative, and cities lost their former vitality. As a result, consolidating the new government became difficult. In 1805, Napoleon gave significant powers to R.J. Schimmelpenninck, who acted as a nearly absolute monarch. He implemented many modernizing reforms. At the end of the day, the Batavian Republic would be replaced with the Kingdom of Holland and annexed into the French Empire. And that was the Batavian Republic. Wasn't anything that interesting. Just another short-lived sister republic that existed during the French Revolutionary Wars. Though the Netherlands would never come back to same level of prominence after this and would largely stay an insignificant nation on the world stage. They weren't able to get the Cape Colony back, but at least got Indonesia and Suriname back. That's all I have to say. Until next time, see ya.